What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Boozer here. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully you guys are having a great day today. In today's video, I want to give you guys a little bit of a heads up, a little bit of a warning regarding this upcoming champion chase for the guaranteed Bayek for the first place winner. So basically, after looking at this and thinking about it a little bit more, this event is completely optional, right? There is a 2x Sacred Shard boost that's happening, which means the normal rates going up from 6% all the way up to 12%. Now, this is not a significant boost, and this event will occur again. These happen on rotation, roughly every 6 weeks, unless Plarium wants to switch it up on us. So if you guys are new to the game, don't worry about these 2x summon boost rates on these shards. They are on rotation, so they will come back. So don't feel obligated to pull your shards, especially for this type of event featuring this champion Bayek. Now, Bayek's going to be the winner-take-all champion. So if you win your champion chase of 100 players, guys, of 100 players, you guys will get Bayek, who is probably the best champion in the Assassin's Creed collab. Now, there's a couple things wrong with this, and a couple things that I wanted to mention that should temper your expectations a little bit. First of all, there's going to be 100 players in your champion chase group. Now, Plarium deliberately does this. Occasionally, they will put out these winner-take-all tournament events, and they will have anywhere between 50 to 200 people. So in this case, there's 100 people. They could have gave us a 50-man tournament, but the 50-man tournaments basically means that it's a little bit easier to win. It's less likely that you'll run into somebody that's a big spender or has a lot of resources, and you just have a better chance of finding a group that you might be able to win. In this case, it's 100 players. It's not the best setup possible, but it's also not the worst, which is 200 players. But keep in mind, this event, Champion Chase, is very much a open your wallet spender event, especially if you haven't been saving for a long time. And even if you have been saving a long time, it's not an event that you can guarantee winning unless you can basically open up your wallet to participate. So definitely don't get in your minds that you guys have to participate in this event to try to chase Bayek. Unfortunately, it is what it is, right? We're not going to get this champion in a guaranteed event outside of this winner take all, most likely. And I guess that's okay, right? That's okay. These are exclusive champions, and obviously this is a gacha game. So, it's unlikely that we're going to get all of these champions without having to spend money because, they obviously have to recoup the costs of using this IP. But it's a little bit unfortunate because he would have been an amazing champion to put into some defense teams and a great support champion for a lot of PvE content as well. Also, guys, there will be a 10x boost on Edward Kenway as well during this same champion chase event that's happening on the weekend. There's nothing else happening in regards to like a fusion, in regards to anything else. So this event for this champion chase for this first place winner take all Bayek for this 10x Edward is strictly an event to get players to gamble. There's no guaranteed anything by pulling shards this weekend. You're not working towards a fusion. You're not working towards really anything, right? You're just gambling your shards. And there's a lot of things that are still yet to come that I want to bring your attention to so that you guys don't gamble this weekend. Yes, there is a 2x boosted Sacred. Yes, there's 10x Edward. Yes, there's winner take all Bayek. But hopefully I can dissuade you guys from pulling shards this weekend and just hold on a little bit longer. So first up, for a champion chase for a 2x boosted Sacred Shard event, each Sacred Shard is worth roughly about 280 points. That means if you pull 10 Sacred Shards during a 2x boost, you're going to look out at expected value of 2,800 points. Now, I don't know if you guys noticed, but 2,800 points in a champion chase is not going to get you much. So if you're looking to pull Sacred Shards to try to get 10,000 points, for example, just to go for the side rewards, it's going to take a lot. Sacred Shards are just not efficient for champion chases, even if they're boosted already with the 2x boost. So that's reason number one if you guys are thinking about pulling for the 2x boost. Reason number two, if you guys are chasing 10x Edward, so you're putting basically 10 extra Edwards into the pool of non-void legendaries in this game. There's over 200 non-void legendaries that you can pull from a non-void shard. So that gives you about a 5% chance of pulling Edward if you guys can pull a legendary from a Sacred Shard only. Edward is only boosted in Sacred Shards, guys. So this event is to entice you to pull your Sacred Shards. Again, I don't like those odds. Again, you should probably save your Sacred Shards instead of pulling for Edward, instead of pulling for 2x boost. And lastly, if you guys are hoping to chase and win Bayek, like I said, you're not going to get a lot of points by spending Sacred Shards towards a champion chase, which means you're probably going to be spending shards or pulling champions in other ways. So for example, you're looking at pulling mystery shards, ancient shards, void shards. Like these are lower quality shards with the potential to high roll the quality of champion that comes out. The bad thing about this is that there's no 2x boost on any of the ancients, any of the void shards, any of the primal shards as well. So you're not going to get as much points as you would get usually from 2x events. So climbing that champion chase tournament, ladder, or the tournament, or the ladder trying to chase Bayek in terms of points is going to be very, very difficult. But of course, this can work to your advantage if you have a lot of these resources already and other people do not. For example, if you have fragment fusions that you've saved up, 500 points towards a champion chase could be worth quite a bit, especially when it's harder for people to get points from shards. All right, so those are just some small points there just for this weekend to hopefully dissuade you guys from pulling shards. Now, we're going to zoom out a little bit here and look towards the future a little bit. And I want to bring you guys attention to this calendar I made here. So first up, we have the February and March months here. So right now we're on day 26 of February here. And then we have the champion chase starting on the 27th up until the 1st of March. Now, some key markers here that I put in special color X's. So the blue X here, March 7th, was when Arman's for the 5th anniversary started. This is, roughly, when he started. I believe his fusion started on the 8th or the 7th, I think. But anyways, for Fabian, I put in this green X here, his fusion, and he was the 6th anniversary fusion. He started on the 10th. Now, it doesn't take a genius to know that Arman's and Fabian, when they were introduced in the game, they basically changed everything about the PvP environment. So we're hoping that, coming our 7th anniversary, that Plarium will release us another game-changing type of fusion. But even if it wasn't a game-breaking type of fusion or meta-changing fusion, at least give us something that would be helpful just for progressing our accounts in this game. In any event, it should happen in the first half of March because the month of March is their anniversary month. Now, the other key date that we need to look at is this number down here. Sorry, I couldn't find a calendar, I guess. But this number down here, it is going to be April 8th. And that is the end of the Assassin's Creed collab. And that's important because there are a couple of champions that have yet to be covered in their own special events. And they have to do that before the end of April 8th. So if we can assume that the anniversary events or anniversary fusion happen somewhere in the first half of March, we have to assume that there's probably going to be some kind of overlap with the Assassin's Creed collab champion events. So first off, we do have, for example, Edward still on the table. From what I gathered from looking at previous collabs, every single collab champion gets offered in some kind of guaranteed event before the end of the collab, except for the mythical champion Karosa. So in this case, we can comfortably say that Edward probably will be offered in some kind of guaranteed event. There's also going to be Pontiff, which is the boss, the event boss champion right now, and he very likely will get his own guaranteed type of event as well. On top of all this, there's probably going to be events for the 5-star souls for Bayek, as well as the 5-star souls for Edward. And if Pontiff gets his own, guaranteed champion event, he'll probably have a 5-star soul event as well. So a lot needs to happen in this final 5 weeks for this collab. So I just listed out the possible remaining events still yet to happen. So as you can see, there's actually quite a bit of events. There's at least, probably 5 events remaining. And if any of these are interesting to you, you should probably save your resources from this weekend's champion chase and divert them to the month of March. So let's assume that the fusion or the anniversary event fusion will happen in the first half of March. That means, let's say the second half of March is likely going to be probably a Titan event. Now, I don't really know what the Titan event will be. First of all, I thought Bayek would probably follow the TMT kind of model because they had similar characteristics in a lot of ways that I highlighted in a previous video. But, Bayek's going to be a winner take all. So that kind of throws a wrench into kind of my whole planning. But we do have very likely a Titan event happening somewhere around here. And, it could be for Edward. It could be, I don't know, maybe it could be for Pontiff, unfortunately, right? I mean, Pontiff is an amazing champion. Both Edward and Pontiff would be amazing. And then I would say somewhere in this last week here, in April, could be another guarantee, right? or get various events for a couple of their souls. It could be 2 souls in one event, for example, like a Hero's Path or something like that. But what I'm trying to highlight to you guys is that there's a lot going on in March. And so I want you guys to be extra careful with your shards and resources this weekend, since it's a completely optional event, right? It's a completely optional event. You guys don't need to participate. It's a 2x boosted event. It happens all the time. Bayek is a winner take all. It's going to be extremely hard to get points for this champion chase with sacred shards. So you're going to have to pull other shards with non-boosted rates. So yeah, and it's something for basically Krakens only. And this 10x boost for Edward, it's basically just trying to get you guys to loosen up your shards. They're very likely going to be a guaranteed event for Edward somewhere down the line. We don't know what resources it's going to take. It could take Soul Stones. It could take shards. We don't know right now. For me personally, I have 56 sacred shards here, and I'm actually pretty close to Mercy, but Mercy is not the best to pull when you're during a 2x anyways. Actually, I'm way above Mercy. I think I'm like 19 or something since my last legendary from a sacred shard. But I have lots of sacred shards I can blow for this 2x, and I'm going to hold on to all my sacred shards just because of what is to come. And there's no guarantee that, you know, I would win Bayek or anything like that. I would love to win Bayek. Absolutely. And if there's a bracket that I can capitalize on, I would definitely go for it. But at this moment, I have no kind of motivation or anticipation that I will be participating in this champion chase, and will be conserving my resources towards March, towards the anniversary events, towards the end of the Assassin's Creed collab. I'm 100% going to pick up Edward's 5-star soul. I do have Edward already from an ancient shard earlier last month. So I'm definitely going for his 5-star soul. And if Pontiff is available in a, you know, achievable guaranteed event, I'll definitely go for Pontiff as well. He's a very, very good champion. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Just a little quick reminder here. I know I didn't emphasize this enough. I thought in my previous video where I announced the champion chase details, but I also wanted to break down what is to come in March a little bit here, at least from a speculative standpoint, at least. All right, guys, that's going to be it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully it was informative to you guys. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.